then this lot gets access from wherever. And
I'm telling you, if I was on the video, I would not want that person's gonna have to deal with that people coming in, that person coming in, and that person coming in.
Yes, sir.
I would not want all of that.
maybe that's
Good evening. I'd like to welcome everybody to the October 2023 Johnston County Planning Board. As is our custom, we'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. I'd like to ask Mr. Little to lead us, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next on our agenda is approval of the minutes from the September 19th Planning Board meeting.
Motion to approve as read.
Second.
Motion approved by Mr. Hudson, second by Mr. Little. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Next on our agenda, subdivision. I'll ask anyone that would like to present relative to either of the two subdivisions we have before us tonight to please stand and raise your right hand. Be sworn in. Do you affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and this is your solemn affirmation?
I do.
Thank you. Mr. Marr.
Yes, first up is Robmere Inc. subdivision. Owner and developer are the same, Robmere Inc. Surveyor is Alsey Gilbert. Its location is 77 Old Daltrey Road, east of Braswell Road in Boone Hill Township. It's served by Brogden Fire and Princeton Rescue. It's 4.24 acres, 4 lots proposed. Johnston County Public Water, individual septic, traffic counts not available. This portion of Old Daltrey Road does not appear on the comprehensive transportation plan as needing improvement. As for direct driveway access onto Old Daltrey Road, major subdivisions located on a local road shall be designed that there shall be no more than one residential driveway connection per 500 feet along the same side of the local road unless it can be demonstrated that the proposed subdivision cannot be physically designed, that no reasonable alternative exists, or it would create an unreasonable hardship without a corresponding public benefit to prohibit individual driveway access onto a local road. Also from the Johnston County Land Design Manual, developments creating 4 or more lots where no easement exists and where the parent tracts have direct road frontage and easement shall not be allowed, the development must dedicate right-of-way meeting the requirements of this section. However, the board may grant a waiver if it's demonstrated that in pursuit of this section a hardship is created upon the property.
Question. So tell me a little bit of the history of this parcel as you know it, in terms of subdivision that has led to this being a major.
Is that all part of that one major? It's 4.
Yeah, it's 4 lots.
It's 4 lots, so
Okay.
it would be.
His development is requesting the subdivision into 4 lots.
Okay. Which is a major. Okay.
Right.
All right.
Correct.
Got you. It wasn't a minor before that's turned into a major.
Correct.
Got you. Thank you. That's what I need to know. Any other questions of staff? Thanks, sir. Who'd like to be heard as it relates to this subdivision? Good evening.
Good evening, Will. How you doing?
Good.
Buddy. I'll see Gilbert, 442.5 East Main Street, Clayton, North Carolina. Remnant piece, it was bought from J. Paul Edwards. There's about 4 lots is all that can be done with it. We don't have available septic. As hence one of them's an L shape. Most of the septic's at the very back of the property, and so we're just trying to do what's best with what's left.
Basically one driveway on that access
Yes, sir.
easement, everything feed off of that.
And it's at the end of a dirt road. I mean, it's at the end of a paved road. The pavement ends just shortly thereafter. Well, it goes on down a little bit.
All right.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Thanks, sir. Unless you got anything else you want to tell us.
No, sir. It does go.
You studying that
It's
screen,
paved.
I figured you might come up with
It's been
something else.
paved, so.
Anybody else like to be heard as it relates to this subdivision? Rob Meir subdivision. All right, bring it back to staff.
Staff recommendation was denial due to the not having a dedicated right-of-way meeting county standards and also having less than 500 feet of driveway separation on Old Daltrey Road.
Given that the existing driveways have less than 500 feet separation, I move to approve.
I second.
All right, moved to approve by Ms. Holmes, second by, I think it's Jay. Okay, Mr. Sasser. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, Rob Meir subdivision is approved. Next on our agenda, the Grand Pond Road tract.
Yes, sir. This is Grand Pond Road Track, owner and developer Steel Bridge Crossing, surveyors Dalton Engineering. Location 600 Grand Pond Road in the Pleasant Grove Township, served by 5210 Fire and Rescue. It's 21.3 acres, 17 lots proposed. Johnston County Public Water and individual septic. Traffic count's not available for Grand Pond Road. This portion of Grand Pond Road does not appear on the comprehensive transportation plan as needing improvement. All lots shall be served internally.
Any questions of staff? Thank you, sir. Who'd like to be heard on behalf of Grand Pond Road tract? Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Kirk Lane, True Line Surveying, 205 West Main in Clayton, and here on behalf of the Grand Pond Road Tract Development. Answer any questions you may have.
Anybody have any questions?
Is there gonna be anything for the property across the street, or, I don't see any lots, I just didn't know if
It is going to be a large parcel across the street, going to be sold as one piece.
Okay.
Kurt, what is the intention with the off-site septic areas for 14 through 17?
They'll be pumped over there.
Okay.
So that design has been preliminarily done by private soil scientist Matt Burdett.
Okay.
Of course, it has to be approved by Johnston County Environmental Health because it's a major.
And in between 10 and 11, there's a permanent public access easement. What does that lead to further back?
All right,
The little creek back there?
so the way y'all looking at it on the screen, the top, it's not north, but the top, right, go up above that a little bit. There's a piece of parcel of property right there that is including in our tax bill, but when I surveyed it and did my title search, we could not find title to that piece of property. It is clearly not part of our deed. We cannot find where it is a subsequent parcel. So it is right now, that parcel right there has no ownership.
I'll take it.
So in order to prevent the public, whoever determines heirs of whoever sold it, we left access to the cul-de-sac to that piece of property so we wouldn't landlock it.
Okay.
How many acres is it?
It's about 4 acres or so. 4.5. Yep.
Interesting.
Be a nice lot.
I've been on this board a long time. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah.
I have done a title search. I'm not a title attorney. I want to put that on record. I'm not a title attorney. I do search titles for a living, but I'm not a title attorney. I could not find it in our chain. The title attorney that reviewed it for the buyers cannot find it also.
Interesting.
That's very interesting.
All right.
The people who sold it, the people who acquired it and kept it for many decades and then sold it, their deed did not claim it as well, but they have always paid taxes on it and always thought that they owned it. But they did not.
Interesting.
So we're not going to touch it.
But you can get to it from there if you need to.
Whoever can.
All right, good deal. Any other questions? Thank you, sir. Anyone else like to be heard as it relates to the Grand Pond Road tract? All right, bring it back to staff.
Preliminary approval subject to the conditions and requirements in the staff report.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion to approve by Mr. Little, a second by Ms. Holmes. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Subdivision is approved. Now we'll move on to the rezoning portion of tonight's agenda. For rezonings, we serve as advisory board to the Board of County Commissioners. Reminder, if you're here for case 2320, it will be heard by the Board of County Commissioners at their December?
December, early December.
Their early December meeting.
He's looking it up right now.
I'm here, December 4th. I'm not here a month, and you forget I'm gonna ask that question.
I wasn't here last month
She
either.
probably, oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You probably knew the answer when you got it. All right, first on our agenda, case 2320.
Okay, this is a petition to rezone .83 acres located at 14979 NC Highway 39 in the O'Neill's Township from agriculture residential to general business conditional zoning. Owner is Emma Doris Mitchell, applicant's Raymond Mitchell. Conditional zoning request is for a business office and/or barber/beauty salon. Utilities and services are provided by Corinth Holders, Fire District, and Clayton Rescue Squad. Existing land use is zoned agriculture residential and used for those purposes. Surrounding land uses are zoned AR and used for those purposes. Zone general business, conditional zoning and used for a landscape supply business, and zone GB, conditional zoning and used for a storage building display site. Those were both approved within the last, I'd say, 18 months or so. Traffic count for this portion of NC Highway 39 is 5,200 vehicles per day, and that was in 2021. It appears on the comprehensive transportation plan as an existing boulevard needing improvement. This area is located within a rural living future land use place type on the county's envisioned Johnston comprehensive land use plan. There were 6 notices sent out. If approved, it did come back. NCDOT would require them to remove one of the driveways to meet spacing requirements, and a driveway permit must be obtained by them.
Okay. Any other questions of staff? Thank you, sir. Who'd like to be heard on behalf of case 2320? Yes, ma'am. Give us your name and address, please.
Good evening to members of the Planning Board. I'm Vanessa Barnes, and I'm serving as a representative with Raymond Mitchell, who's standing here with me. Our application has been put in there, and we're longtime residents of the area. Definitely the family has long-term had farmland and want to definitely keep that neat and intact. The desire, the father was an entrepreneur, and we would like to continue to have that building that's there adjacent to where the mother is to be used, as it states on the petition, for a local business. That area is an area of growth, and in looking at your Envision Johnston plan, we thought that would be a good area to have a said service, so that local residents, as the neighborhoods are expanding, neighborhoods are coming up, where we could also serve those who are living there and keep the family land and everything else intact. It's very neat and landscaped, and we would be willing to do what's necessary in order to provide those services in the area.
If you don't mind, give us your address, please. So we
Oh, I'm
have that
sorry.
for the record. It's okay.
14979 NC Highway 39.
Okay, that's your address, not the address of the site, right?
That's the address of the site.
Okay, what's your address? Either one of you.
The same.
That's my same.
That's
same
your
address.
same address. Okay.
Emma Mitchell is the mother.
Yeah.
And
And,
it's
and my
the
mama
son.
stay in the house beside it. I stay on the hill up
Okay.
top right behind.
Gotcha. We just need that for the
And I'm
minute.
serving,
sorry.
we
It's
serve
okay.
the same address.
Okay, no problem at all.
Been like that forever. I was born and raised there.
Oh, okay, I live just down the street, so I know
Do you?
where you're at. I do.
Well, I don't pick my cucumbers, go in the back and all that, and all them fields right there.
Okay, oh, yeah. Any questions? So from my, I couldn't, and maybe it's in our packet here. Let's see, I might be able to see this a little bit. Yeah, this didn't show up well in our packet.
This is definitely better printed.
So-
We have the original here too. If-
This one looks good. I can read this fine. So I want to make sure that you have reviewed the conditions that are included at the end of the staff report and that you agree with those.
They are on screen.
Yes, they're also on
Okay,
the
here
screen
it
there.
is. Business, the use, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Limited to 5 employees.
Will 7 PM give you enough time if you're doing a barbershop or a beauty salon to finish up with your customers that evening, or does it need to go to 8?
If you could go to 8, but I could, if not, I could whoever
We'll
be
give them the
best to rent it
regulation.
to.
If there are any changes that you want to do in these conditions, you need to ask for them now.
Can we go to 8?
Sure.
That's for a barber, see, it ain't like it's gonna be a lot of cars now, 'cause they go by appointments.
Sure.
They in and out, in and out. 'Cause I go to one probably, and a couple cars that are in and out. And they may go stretch up to 8.
Okay.
They may stretch up to 8, and I'd love, if I get blessed enough to rent it to one, a licensed barber, I would can give him that permission to go up to 8.
Okay.
You know, because I'm gonna have rules and regulations, because my mother stay right there, she's 89 years old. So
She's going to give you the rules and regulations.
Yes,
Exactly.
every day.
She does that.
There's nothing we can put in here that's going to be any worse than what she's going to do, right?
No.
I wish you're absolutely right, you should meet her.
And there's already lighting there, and
Yeah,
you know,
it's fully
that's,
lit.
but it's not,
Soon as you hit the driveway, it's gonna blood.
and in the back as
The
well.
back.
And so our neighbors there,
You saw that there's only one allowed driveway
It's
entrance.
2 driveways.
well,
there.
right now they're saying there only want one.
Only one.
So
It
we-
says one driveway must be eliminated.
Must be eliminated.
I believe that was a DOT.
Yeah, that's not us, that's a
DOT
DOT
requirement.
requirement.
Okay.
Because it's circular
It's
now,
circular.
as it is on the site plan.
That wouldn't be.
Is it already made like, is it already like that now?
It is.
It's, we can, but have to shut it, one part of it off, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, that'll come, I mean, we have it in a condition here as well, so it'll be both from NCDOT
So you'd
and,
like me to shut one of them off.
right, yes, sir.
Okay.
One was the entrance and one was the exit. You might could, I would ask the question, DOT, if one was the entrance. It was just a circle, one's the entrance and one's the exit, and be signed appropriately.
Right,
They may include that as one.
right.
I pray
That's-
that you can do
Yeah,
that.
that's the way we have it.
Would you recommend that we not have that as a condition in
I
ours?
would, because the reason I would assume you want that, because the traffic's so bad, you don't want
Right.
to back out.
Thank you.
Right.
Right,
And,
well,
you know, if you already got something that's circular in nature, it
It's a
would,
lot,
it's like
I
a
it would
U
be
shape.
safer.
it's
Yeah,
a
I
lot
was
better, a
thinking
lot
that.
safer.
Yeah.
My opinion, but I have to do what y'all say.
Well, now's the time to get it right, because
Yes.
we don't want you to have to come
I
back
would,
to
I would
us.
love to have that like it is.
Okay.
And that'll be better for me when coming in there, be safer.
And the
all way
customers.
around. All the way
So
around.
then we would revise condition 2 to 8 PM and eliminate condition number 6.
Yes, ma'am. That's what I've got.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Instead of, I'm not sold on actually eliminating number 6.
Questioning number 6.
I would say we would address number 6 through the application, driveway permit application process with DOT in requesting a entrance only and exit only driveway for that portion of drive.
Okay.
That'll be no problem. I can put signs up.
All right, let's, yeah, I want some help. I understand what you're saying, bro, and I think that's
I
good.
just hate to eliminate it because it's kind of out of our hands if they want to permit it, if they're going to permit it with only a single drive, and I don't think that's wise. It will, at least exactly what Tim said, I would hate for anyone to back out on the
Right.
Right.
Possibly make it a comma at the end of that, unless during the driveway permitting phase that NCDOT approves. Because a
whole site plan as part of it will have to be approved, after it, if it is approved by the Board of County Commissioners.
How many years has it been a circular driveway?
Forever.
Forever?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Long time. I'm 62 years old. We'll be 62 in November. Born and raised there. There it is.
Preston, do you know why they're considering it two separate driveways, just because of the two entrances?
So it
Less than
essentially
500
is
feet.
two driveways. However, I would have to speculate that DOT is wanting to eliminate one of those due to the additional traffic potentially to be generated by this use.
Okay.
And I'm sure they worry about if the use changes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But for what we're talking about here,
Yeah, I think if we could just amend number 6 to allow for the possibility of
Entrance and
working
exit.
with DOT to allow entrance only, exit only access and keep those driveway accesses as they are. That would be probably ideal, because your space is limited on the site.
Right.
To allow for parking, and you're looking at a handful of customers, we understand
Yes.
that, but still it's fairly limited. We've got to keep in mind there's septic system on the site that's gonna take up space. So it's gonna limit the site in order to allow cars, internal traffic to be able to back up, get turned around and exit like it normally would, as opposed to backing out on the 39. Nobody wants to back
No.
out on the 39. And there's elevation change along 39 in that stretch,
Okay.
so we want to avoid that at all costs.
I would, just to your point, add a comma and say, unless driveways are converted to one entrance and one exit. I think that would be the cleanest.
Right.
Because essentially that would be turning it into a one driveway.
Yes.
In theory.
Yeah.
And we were going to put up some more.
Okay.
Talking about DOT here.
I
So
like
it says
it.
another site plan you didn't need.
I'm trying.
the one you turned in is just a cursory site plan that they just looked over. They're not gonna do a full-scale site plan, like look at it full scale until they know it's approved, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's not them,
Yeah.
So who do we contact to get an additional
same
one?
thing.
So
Still
you,
go through us.
Oh, okay.
so you need,
And another one?
Yeah, we'll talk.
Okay.
Just call.
Okay,
Just
you
call
know I
us.
will.
We'll talk.
Everything else from a condition standpoint, y'all comfortable with? Like I said, now's the time to ask if you want anything any different.
And we just contact DOT and ask for a driveway permit?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then I guess we'll contact Mr. Marr about the additional site plan?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yep.
I'd just like to add, it would be nice if you could keep that, because that makes sense to me, that
Exit.
Exit.
Yeah, we'll,
That's
we
what they
will,
have.
we're gonna change that one to, let's see. One driveway must be eliminated due to not, according to NCDOT, due to not meeting minimum spacing requirements, comma, unless driveways are converted to one entrance and one exit.
Okay.
So that gives you, if you can work that out with DOT to having one entrance, which you probably can, then
Yes, sir.
you'll have one in, one out. And I
Okay.
think that'll work well for you.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else? Okay, and don't forget to, you gotta be here December for the Board of County Commissioners meeting
Right
as
here.
well. Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. This will be heard again by then.
Okay,
So Mr. Mark can give you that date and
Okay.
time.
all right.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm assuming there's no one else like to be heard as it relates to this case, so we'll bring it back to staff.
Were you ready for staff recommendation?
Yes, sir.
Staff recommendation is approval based on the very low level of activity this will create and the several conditional zonings that were approved in the immediate area recently. It is also very close to the Wake County line.
I make a motion to approve, revising condition number 2 to 7 PM Monday through Saturday?
8.
I'm sorry, 8. 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. And revising condition 6, having a comma after requirements stating unless driveways are converted to one entrance and exit access. One entrance and one exit access.
Second.
All right, motion to approve with the changes to the condition by Ms. Holmes, a second by Mr. Little. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? That will go to the Board of County Commissioners as a recommendation for approval. I have 3 written decisions in front of me.
I have one.
You can review my version. All right, we'll start with the Laurel Tract. I need a
There they are.
They're in my bag.
motion to approve allowing me to sign the written decision.
Make a motion to approve as read or written.
Second.
Motion approved by Mr. Hudson, second by Ms. Holmes. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Next, we'll do Paradise Homes subdivision.
I make a motion to approve as stated.
Second.
All right, motion approved by Ms. Holmes, second by Mr. Hudson. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And Big Pine Road subdivision.
Make
I
a
make-
motion to approve as read or written.
Second.
All right, motion approved by Mr. Hudson, second by Ms. Holmes. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, those are signed. Anything else for us this evening? Thank you, sir. Thank you, board. I entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All right. I hear several. We are adjourned. Thank you. That's got to be a record.
And then I will not be at the meeting in November.
Okay. Cool. What's the date on that one?
It's the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, isn't it?
Was-